electricity too.
What's the craziest story that you can
Craziest
remember?
story, I'll tell you one. I go. It was my fourth house of the day. I can remember so clear because it was like a great. I tell her
Yeah.
all the time. It was my fourth house of the day. Now, 150 per house that I close. Right, fourth house of the day. That's quite some money, right? So I'm like, it's the last house. It's like 7 o'clock. I'm ready to just settle with this house, and I'm closing this guy. I'm boss man. I'm right here. Let's talk. Let's talk about your electricity. So I actually was waiting for the guy to get there because I talked to the wife earlier and she's like, oh, my husband gets here, this and I can't do. No worries, man. What time your husband comes home? We'll talk to him. We'll all talk together. So, I'm coming back at 6 p.m. or 6 p.m. or whatever, 7. And so husband gets home, tough guy, got a gun right here, just Texas boy. I'm in Odessa actually. This was in Odessa,
Jesus.
Odessa, Texas.
In the middle of nowhere. They wouldn't even know if you
Oh,
disappeared
oh,
or
oh
not.
yeah, none. Gone. Just gone. Just
Gone.
done. And so, yeah, so he's like, all right, you want to talk? Come here. And so he takes me to this room, and it's a man cave full of guns everywhere, man. And he's like, my bill has been coming up high. I want to talk about it. I'm like, all right, well, let's see if I can help you out. Well, it turns out that I couldn't help him out. His deal was bad. And I'm like, here's why your deal's bad.
At a variable rate.
His rate was up. 14 cents a kilowatt, I remember. And I'm offering 9 cents.
Bring it down to 9 or 7.
Boss man, I got you.
It's over.
I got you. I'm going to bring
Fixed
you.
rate too for about a year, 2 years.
2 years, 24-month plan.
Easy.
Let's go.
I used to work in electricity.
Oh, did you? You know
But I
exactly
was
what
the servicing side. I wasn't the
Oh,
sales part.
oh, you were in the phones.
I was the one that y'all receiving the calls and complain about
I-
y'all because y'all lied to them about their rates. But I know that wasn't the case. You know what I mean? Because I already knew they were not listening well.
Yeah, no, yeah. It's electricity is a tricky system.
Yes.
So
Especially here in Texas when it's
oh
hot
my
like this,
God,
bro.
it's not regulated, so you can have whoever.
Yeah.
It's a great way to do it out
Yeah,
here.
it
Not in Arizona, it's regulated. You can't have anybody.
Yeah.
But so the guy has a whole a whole place. I could help him out. He starts giving me beers, and my manager ever told me if somebody ever tries to drink.
Yeah.
Fine, man. Have a good time.
You'll report.
You know what I mean? It's fine. And we're not gonna say nothing. So I was like, all right, it's my last house. I start having a couple Bud Lights with him and whatnot. And so guy ends up liking me, man. He's like, man, I want you to, switch companies. End up switching him, and he has an electricity. If you have two meters,
Yeah.
that's a double house.
That's a double house.
So boom, it was a double house. I was super happy for that day. He's like, let me get your phone. Tomorrow I'm gonna take you to the gun range. And I'm like, what? I was like, boss man, I got to work tomorrow. He's like, I'm going to take your entire crew. And I was like, oh, wow, perfect. That's fine. I'll tell my boss and he'll probably all go. The next day, he picks everybody up in his, him and his couple buddies in a bunch of trucks, picks us up in the middle of nowhere. We go to Walmart first, spends about $1,000 in ammunition.
$1,000.
About $1,000 in ammunition. It was a bunch of us. And he takes every gun that he has. And then we go to the middle of nowhere and we just start shooting, barbecuing. And I'm just like, wow, like all this happened just because I got drunk with him yesterday.
That's a whole day affair?
A whole day. We took off work. We just went out in Odessa, middle of nowhere. And that is the craziest story that I got from door-to-door sales.
That's crazy.
Yeah,
that is crazy.
Yeah,
Like,
it was great. It was great.
That's badass.
Mhm.
But I'm telling you, the skills that you got as far as door to sales, especially talking to people, whether we want it or not, every day we're selling ourselves.
You have to.
You can't. I know a lot of people feel like they're not selling, but you always selling.
You
I'm
always-
always gotta be doing this and that, whether
Absolutely.
you want it or not.
Yeah,
Politicking and selling yourself is almost like a thing that you have to do every
You
day.
have to. You have to.
Okay, so then when was it that you